अब आज हम गॉसेस थ्योरमेटिक्स एप्लीकेशन स्टार्ट करेंगे। एक्चुअली में सिलेबस अभी 12th के सिलेबस पे चल रहा है। इसके अलावा किसी को कंपटीशन पर्पज से कोई डाउट है, देन यू विल आस्क एंड देन आई विल डिस्कस फर्दर डिस्कस योर एज पर योर रिक्वायरमेंट। नाउ आई एम जस्ट गोइंग अबाउट योर सिलेबस। According to CBS syllabus, the next is the Gauss's theorem and its application. Actually, here I am writing theorem, and in the previous class I am writing Gauss's law. I have said that what is the difference between theorem and the law. So here is the Gauss's theorem and its application. So at first, according to class 12 syllabus, the what a statement of the Gauss's theorem. A statement of Gauss's theorem. What is the statement? And after a statement, I will explain the statement of the Gauss's theorem. So first, what is the statement? According to the Gauss's theorem, the total electric flux passing through a given area is equal to the 1 by epsilon times of the charge enclosed in the inside the closed surface. Here again I am repeating the total electric flux passing through a given closed surface is equal to 1 by epsilon times of the charge enclosed inside the closed surface. Just to explain this statement, suppose this is a closed surface, and in this figure it is not a fixed geometrical shape. It may be a geometrical shape, it may not be a geometrical shape, and this is the closed surface, and inside the closed surface is, suppose the charge is Q1, other point charge is Q2, other point charge is Q3. So according to this theorem, the total flux passing through this closed surface means the total flux means suppose this is the smallest area and this area is ds, this is area vector is ds, electric field is this, and so d phi is equal to E ds dot product, and total flux is the E ds. By integration we get the total electric flux, and this total electric flux, and here a symbol is using to represent a closed surface. The total flux is this ds. Integrating means we have taken a very small area and adding all the flux, we get the total flux, and according to Gauss's theorem, this total flux will be equal to 1 by epsilon times of the total charge enclosed in this closed surface, and this total charge is Q1 plus Q2 plus Q3. If the charge is negative, so you can take negative charge, and this is the statement of the Gauss's theorem. Means again I am repeating, the total electric flux passing through a closed surface is equal to 1 by epsilon times of the charge enclosed in this closed surface. This is the mathematical form, and mathematically we can write this, the EDS dot is equal to 1 by epsilon times of the charge. This is the mathematical form of the Gauss's theorem. Now the next part is its application. So now we are going to discuss the application, and the first application is to find the electric field due to infinite long charged wire. Straight wire. Means, suppose this is a charged wire, and the charge is positive, this is the positive charge, and its length is infinite, and you have to calculate the electric field at a particular point due to this line charge. So this is the line charge. Now there is a question how to apply the Gauss's theorem to solve a problem. And to solve a problem using the Gauss's theorem, first you have to consider a Gaussian surface, and you are free to choose a Gaussian surface, but it is easy to take the Gaussian surface which is symmetrical. Symmetrical means, suppose if we are taking suppose this is a point P at r distance. So at r distance the electric field is outward normal. At r distance electric field is outward normal. So electric field at r distance is same. So the cylindrical surface, if we take the cylindrical surface as a Gaussian surface, and in the case of cylinder, suppose this is a cylinder, and it has two surfaces. One is curved surface, and this is the flat surface. This is also a flat surface. So there are three surfaces: first, second, and third. And so the electric field at this point, suppose what will the electric field? I am taking here, suppose this is point charge, this is point charge, At this point, the electric field due to this charge is along this direction, and at r distance, and at this same distance for this charge, the electric field in this direction and the electric field in this direction. Component of electric field, this electric field along this, and component of electric field along this. So this will cancel out. So only there is a radial electric field. So there is only radial electric field is here, and at r distance the electric field, the magnitude of electric field will be similar. So the cylindrical surface will be symmetric about this line charge. So I am taking the Gaussian cylindrical surface, and this cylindrical surface has three faces. So one is the curve and two is the flat surface. For taking the small area vector, this is the area vector, and this is the direction of electric field. For this surface, this is the area vector of this small area ds, and the direction of electric field is this. Similarly, at this point, the small area vector is this, and electric field is this. Suppose the total flux for this surface is phi 1, for this surface is phi 2, and for this surface is phi 3. So the total flux is equal to phi 1 plus phi 2 plus phi 3, and this phi 1 is E ds dot, and if we take the dot product, then it is E ds cos 90, this angle is 90, and integrating we get for this surface E ds cos 0, integrating we get the total curved surface, and for this surface, flat surface, E ds cos 90. And you know that the value of cos 90 is value of the cos 90 is 0, so this is 0, and value of cos 0 is 1, so it is EDS, and plus this is cos 90 is 0 again, so it is EDS. एंड हम लोगों ने ऐसे सिलिंड्रिकल सरफेस लिया है जो कि सिमेट्रिक है। इसका मतलब है कि सिलेंडर के जो कर्व सरफेस है उसके प्रत्येक पॉइंट पर वैल्यू ऑफ द मैग्नीट्यूड ऑफ द इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड इज सेम, सो ई कैन बी टेकन आउट फ्रॉम द इंटीग्रेशन and then it is ds, and if this is the radius, and suppose the length of this cylindrical Gaussian surface is L, then the curved surface means this surface area is 2 pi RL, so E, and it is 2 pi RL, as the total flux is E into 2 pi RL, and then the total flux is equal to E into 2 pi RL. Now using the Gauss's theorem, and according to Gauss's theorem, total flux is equal to 1 by epsilon times of the charge enclosed inside this Gaussian surface. Now I am going to explain some requirement of the some terms. The charge is distributed along the length, and this charge is continuous, so the charge per unit length means charge per unit length is lambda. So lambda is the, it is also known as linear charge density, means charge per unit length, and inside this cylindrical Gaussian cylindrical surface the length of this line charge is L. So the charge inside this Gaussian surface is lambda into L, because lambda is the charge per unit length, and hence we can write here E is equal to lambda L by epsilon naught 2 pi RL, and this L and L will cancel out, so lambda is equal to 2 pi epsilon naught R. This is the value of electric field due to line charge at a point, and this is a very simple way to get the electric field due to this line charge. At this point, without the Gauss's theorem, we can also calculate the electric field at this point using the Coulomb's law, but that method will be very complex and very long mathematics. But by using the Gauss theorem, by the simple way, by the simple technique, we can get the electric field at a particular point. So this is very helpful to know the electric field at a particular point. But one thing that is the important, to select the Gaussian surface. Gaussian surface means that surface that is used to apply the Gauss's theorem. Okay, and then in next class I will discuss about the another application. Thank you.